learning how to prospect for divorce case listings. Something that I've barely been starting for the past couple of weeks, something I just picked up with a new system that we have called Rebo Gateway that allows us to basically find this type of information. How many of you have tried to prospect for divorces now or in the past? Just one. Okay, so that's what I thought. I think most of this stuff is going to be, nobody can hear me. Most of this stuff is going to be niche marketing. I think a lot of us are tired of dealing with the short sales. We know that fishing for REO accounts is probably a thing of the past. And there's a lot of standard sales that I see out there with this system. And just by the show of hands here and from what I see in the marketplace, nobody's actually trying to go after this market. And what I'm going to show you today is the system Rebo Gateway does cost money to have. We make it available for our agents here, but it's not too expensive, and it's, for being able to pull standard sales listings like this, it's going to be really lucrative for you to be able to go after them, make you a lot of money. All right, so they're having a fun time on the webinar. Did you see that? All right, so the first thing, this is going to be a live presentation class. So how many does anyone in this room have Rebo Gateway? No. I think Peter, do you had it or have it? Rebo Gateway. Rebo. You have it? You just signed up for it? Okay, great. Okay, so Rebo Gateway is a system kind of like Foreclosure Radar or all those systems, but instead of just foreclosures, it allows you to pull all kinds of information. It allows you to pull divorces, NODs, notice of sales, probates, expired listings. It has a farm track utility tool. It has everything that you could possibly really want as far as information about certain areas or properties that you would really need. So I'm just going to go ahead and log in first. So like I said, the website is called Rebo Gateway. It's R-E-B-O and then Gateway, one word, okay? And now this is basically your dashboard of the system. So the way Rebo Gateway works is you have to pay a membership fee by county, but typically you're probably just going to work with one county primarily, either Los Angeles or whatever, because you're not going to have enough time to hit every city and every county. So on this account, we both have Riverside, we have Los Angeles, and we have Orange County. So you'll be able to select Los Angeles County as the primary county, and next to it we have the lead type. So whatever type of lead you want. So there's cold lead, divorce, expired, farm utility, follow-up lead. For sale by owners, they actually pull information from forsalebyowner.com and other websites that allow them to give you that type of information. Hot leads, just listed, just sold non-MLS, live farm, notice of default, notice of sale, probate, and tax defaults, if you know what those are. So it gives you a lot of different lead type information, but the nice one that I've kind of stumbled upon was the divorces, because there is a tremendous amount of divorces that aren't behind in payments, that are single-family residences. They're not condos or anything like that, and they probably have equity. And the nice thing with divorces is they're only going to do three things. They're either going to get back together, which probably isn't going to happen. They're going to sell, or they're going to refi. Those are their three options. They probably can't refi because they probably need the other person's income to qualify for the refinance. So their next option is, again, to sell. Okay, so that's why this is going to be really easy for you guys to go out and tackle this, because they don't have very many options to do it in their situation. Okay. So go ahead and click on divorce in here. And this is all going to be recorded to you guys. So if you guys feel left behind, don't worry about it. Okay, just want to make sure, yes. I have Rebo Gateway. Okay, great. Okay, and then the next thing you'll be able to do is you'll be able to select a date range. So depending on how far back you want to go, this is the filing date of the divorce. So you're probably going to want the most recent filing date, right? You want to jump on people that are just filing, just getting started. Now, with the divorces, it's going to be a lengthy process similar So going after notice of default, things like that, you're going to have to work with them a little bit because divorces aren't going to know what they want to do right from the beginning. They're not filing for divorce today and selling their house next week. You know, they're meeting with their attorney, what are they going to do with all their assets. They're eventually going to sell, but it's going to take you that time to build the relationship and the rapport with them to get that listing in the end. Okay. Next, you can click a different, you can do a couple of different options. You can search by county, you can search by radius, the boundary search. Okay. Typically, I like doing a boundary search, and you'll want to click, I would say, a fairly large area. You know, not everyone's filing for divorce. There's going to be more and more of them coming out. The studies show that once we start climbing out of a recession, more people file for divorce. Does anyone know why? And the they can afford to be on their own now, right? The economy's getting a little bit stable. They both have jobs. They're both making more money. They don't need the other person to live now. So they've gone through the hard time. Now they want out. It's just a fact of life. Okay. So how many of you would pick a farm or a bigger area, or what would you guys like to see for this example? Zip code, city, in between freeways. What would be your guys' typical farm? All right, Aaron. Is that LA County? Where's Hermosa at? It's over here, right? Probably just have to zoom in more. There it is. So do you want to just pick this little tiny part? Yeah. All right, so we'll do a boundary search. All right. So in the system, make sure you have your boundary search clicked. It has to be highlighted. And then on the map, you'll simply click and drop your pins. Okay? So click, click. Just pick a big area just to be on the safer side. Okay, once you're done, you can go ahead and run your search. All right, so let's see. There's one divorce in that whole area, and that was all the way. It's in Redondo Beach. Does that work for you? That works for you? Okay. So you can see the lead type information. You double click on their information, see where the property is at. You can see all the owner information about the property. So you can see title, dissolution of marriage, general jurisdiction, blah, blah, blah. You can see everything. And they just filed it on 7/31. So they filed this just a week ago. So this might be a great lead for you. Redondo Beach is still expensive, right? Let's see. You can do comparables also in the system so you can kind of see how much that property could possibly be worth before you even have to jump on and do it. I know Aaron only does $3 million listings and up, correct? Correct. He says he's the next Josh Flagg. Or Altman. Josh Altman? Altman. Does this seem pretty simple so far? Am I going too fast on the system? All right, well, that's taken too long to run my comparables. So you'll probably want to run comparables on your own anyways later on. This is just for you to get the information on marketing. One thing I did forget to show you was after you click on it, if you had a larger area, it would work a little bit better, but you can click on Filter. Okay. Now on Filter, it allows you to pick all the different type of information you want about the property. Okay, so like I said, we don't want all properties, we just want single-family residence. Can you see that? That works a little bit better? Okay, so single-family residence. Well, I should zoom in a little bit more. That better? Okay. So after you click on Filter, it'll say all the properties. So single-family, condominium, units, vacant land. We all want to list just single-family homes, right? Owner, we all want owner-occupied. You don't want to be probably working with an absentee owner because it can be a little bit more difficult to get in contact with them. Okay. Phone only depends on what you want to do. Most people, I think nowadays, don't have a home phone line, or if they do, it's probably disconnected or they never answer it because they think it's a telemarketer. So I don't care about the phone. MLS, you want to omit properties active on MLS. So that means if it's on the MLS, you don't want to see it, but it's already listed. Okay. NOD information. You also want to omit notice of default, notice of sale, omit REOs. Now you don't have to do this, but this is just for you to be able to pick up much more of a qualified lead as far as a standard sale listing is concerned. It's hard enough doing a short sale, but it's even harder doing a short sale when they're doing it a divorce. All right? I mean, they're already probably going through a divorce through a short sale, but, you know, doing both at the same time is going to be a lot harder for them and a lot harder for you. So as soon as you set your criteria, you can go ahead and click on Submit again. Okay, so they probably want an owner-occupied property. It might have been investment. So this typically will work better if you set a larger boundary. I did mine previously in Orange County just because I want to go after higher price homes. But this is how big of a search I basically did. You know what? Long Beach is a good area, so let's do Long Beach. So we'll go to do it again. So all down here. Okay, so that's a nice expensive part of Long Beach for Aaron, if he wants $1 million listings. So you can click on search again. What's going on here? Sometimes it gets a little messed up. Problem with the server. Sorry about that. I'm sorry? Oh, I did that wrong. Sorry. I thought I hit divorce. Okay, so now in that whole area I have 13 records, so a little bit more to work with. Okay, that's already with my filter. They're owner-occupied. They're not behind. They don't have a sale date. They don't have a notice of default. And they're single-family homes only. Okay, so with all this information, what are you going to do with it? What I've been doing right now, there's two different ways. There's one way I really want to do it, and there's one way that I haven't been able to do it. So the way I'm doing it right now, very similar to my expired listing package. If you came to my expired listing presentation, it's basically the same thing. So I'm going to go and door knock on these doors, okay, and talk to them and not approach them saying, hey, I noticed you filed for divorce. Are you ready to sell? They're probably going to slam the door in your face. You have to go with the intention of them just like knocking on any other door. Hey, I'm your local neighbor real estate agent. I see that I'm targeting homeowners in the area that I think might be interested in selling. Is there any questions that you might have for me today? Very short and simple, and then if they like the way you look, they'll open up to you, and if they don't, then you're SOL. Okay? What are you going to do if they shut the door in your face, though? Follow up. The number one leading cause of death for a real estate agent is follow up. Nobody follows up. We go and knock on their door one time and tell us no. Okay, thank you. Is that a good real estate agent? A real good real estate agent will follow up and follow up and follow up until they list, because they're just tired of hearing you knock on their door every other week. Okay, that's the way you really want to try and work it. So I'll pass this around just so you can kind of get a quick example, and I'll put all these up on the screen as well. But this is just something really basic. It's basically my expired listing package. Very basic, short and sweet to the point of everything that I basically do. Because myself, I don't want to actually knock on their door. I'm trying to run the office still. I just want to throw a bunch of this stuff off on their door and hope that they call me. Okay, and it still works. I'm doing it and I still get the phone call. But knocking on their door, trying to talk to them at first hand, your job as an agent, that's going to be your best bet in order to get these type of listings. How many of you are here for my expired listing presentation? Just one. All right. Well, you already have this whole presentation, so you're a step ahead. Okay. So what I have is pretty simple. Okay, so I have a marketing and advertising samples. That's my cover sheet. There's some things I do to market my property. Don't potential sellers want to see how you're going to market their property? So real simple, just throw some paper in there, show them what you're doing. And I also, forgot to save it, but in there it shows I write a hand-typed letter, and because I can't, I'll show you in a second another system that I have in place that I would rather use than all this. But I write a letter basically saying, hey, you know, are you interested in selling your home for top dollar? You know, the market is on an upswing. You know, for the next 6 to 12 months, you could be looking to get 10 to 30% in that time frame, more dollars for your pocket. I believe I can sell your home for X amount of dollars. I give you my seller's guarantee of I'll sell it in 45 days or less. So you can cancel with no recourse. You don't owe me anything. Just kind of giving them a lot of key points of why they would want to list with me. And then I sign it, of course, at the end just to make them feel a little bit better. Okay? And then there's my seller's guarantee. They have the right to cancel at any time if I can't get it in escrow within that 45-day period. Really, I could change this to 2 weeks because if it's a great property, it's going to be sold in less than 2 weeks. Probably going to be sold the first day you put it on the market. Okay. Okay, and then here's my cover sheet. This is what I put on the front page. Everyone wants to see that you're personalizing everything for them. So I just go to Google Maps. I get a picture of the front of the property. I copy and paste it in there. And now it looks like I went to their house, did some homework on it, took a picture, just making them feel a little, that warm and fuzzy feeling. Right? Would you feel a little bit better about calling me? I took the time to put a nice package together for you. Okay. Next thing, and I'll email all this to you as well in a PDF, is just some bullet points of why you should listen to me, all the other things that I do. Because most listing agents don't do any of this. They knock on their door and they give them a business card and they say, and they just want to do everything off the fly. And I guarantee, and I've been on a few listing appointments in the past couple of weeks. All this information I kind of just throw on their table, and they get interviewed with 2 other agents. They're not going to list with them because they're not offering them anything. All they're doing is telling them what they're going to do, but they don't put anything in writing. Okay, the people that put stuff in writing are the people that are going to get the deals done. Okay, this shows your commitment to who you are, makes you look much more professional. And most agents, I just can't believe it that they actually just don't do it. Okay. So this is something else. This is just 8 pages long. So your home sold in 45 days or less, guaranteed. Newspaper advertising. You know how much you should ask your home for. Just some key points of selling their home, basically, to help you get that listing. And then at the very end, you also want to put in more marketing information again. So we all have flyers that are generic that we use to just pass out in the area. Throw that in your package. You also want to put an open house flyer in there, showing to them that, hey, I do open houses as well. This is something else that I do. Throw it in there. Just listed and just sold postcards. You'll probably want to throw those in there. The more information and the more marketing you throw at these potential sellers for any type of listing, they're going to be that much more likely to list with you. Okay, because every agent is going to ask for what? 6% commission, right? I don't know any agents that ask for 5 or 3 or 2%. They all want a 6% commission. And you as a seller, if you were a seller, wouldn't you list with the person that's going to do the most for you to sell your property? Makes perfect sense. We do it all day. If you could buy a car here for $40,000 or you could buy it here for $35,000 and you get the same thing, wouldn't you go somewhere else and get the lower price with the same stuff? They're doing the same thing. They're paying the same price and getting more out of you. Okay? So just key things that you have to do that we all think we have in our head, that we don't put it on paper. And that's one of our biggest mistakes, is we don't write it down. So we got the marketing package down? Okay. So this is something else I want to show you. They're working on it for me right now as we speak. This is something I've been wanting to incorporate for the past couple of weeks. The information is just not working correctly. What you can do with Rebuild Gateway is instead of having to use this whole package, you can use this system called Lead Marketer. Okay? And what Lead Marketer will do is it'll print out a letter and it'll say, hey, are you interested in selling your home for top dollar? I'm the top real estate agent in your market, blah, blah, blah. Here's your personal ID code for your home. Go to this website, enter in your personal ID code, and get an instant CMA value for your property. Now, what is this going to do? going to take away a lot of your time spent putting marketing packages together, having to do CMAs one by one each time to write these nice letters that are personalized for each client. You won't have to keep changing all the information. That'll automatically import in. Okay, it's not working perfectly just yet, but just so you can see how it will work, it does it beautifully. I passed out 75 of these a day ago and already got one lead. As soon as they run it, you get an email back on the system saying that they ran a CMA. So if people are running CMAs, do you think they're interested in selling? I mean, if they weren't interested, they wouldn't do it. You know, if you're interested in buying a car, you go to the dealership and look at cars. You're not interested, you don't go. It's that simple. So it's really easy for you guys to be able to do this. So I show you really quickly. You guys can get the system for free from Academy Mortgage. Okay, so I could get their information is actually up in the front if you want to get in contact with them. But Academy Mortgage does provide this for our office at no cost. So really quickly, you'll want to go, as soon as you're logged in, you'll click on Forms and Profiles. You'll go to Forms, okay? And I already have a few forms in here, but I'll let you just see how it works. So once you're done, you'll click on your form. And now you can see all my addresses are in there for my farm area, okay? And what you can do with the system is you can print all records to letters. Okay, see that? Not really? No, let me try and zoom in a little bit. Okay. So at the very bottom, after you get your list in there, you'll be able to do this. You'll be able to go to All Records, Print, and then Letters. Now you can do this other ways as well. This is more for mailing, or if you're going to go pass them out one by one. If you wanted to get nice postcards and mail postcards, you can do labels, and it'll put the property address on there. It'll say go to whatsahomeworth.com with that code. That simple, if you want to do it that way. Me personally, I just like going out there and passing them out. I think more people get a response if I leave it on their front door than throw it in like it's bulk mail. That's just my personal taste, though. So go with this part. Got that step down. So click on Letters. And then it gives you a bunch of different letters that you get to choose from. So I'll just show you really quickly what this looks like. So free home evaluation letter. Click on Mail Merge. So you can preview one letter. So here it is. So it puts all their information in there. This is perfect for a window envelope. So if you just want to fold these and mail these out, Costco does it for 2 cents. Or not Costco, Staples.
Staples, yeah.
Staples.
So
there you go. Go to Staples. You can get all these folded for 2 cents a page, so it costs you maybe $10. And just stuff them in your envelopes and mail them out, if you want to do it that way. I myself, I put them all in order and pass them out door to door. Okay? So it's real simple. So dear Martin Garcia, there's a lot more to selling your home, blah, blah, blah. Would you like to find out what Would you like to find out what homes like yours have sold for recently? I have a fast and hassle-free way for you to find out that information via the internet simply by inserting your personal home ID code. All you need to do is visit the website. So I can visit the website, and it looks good, right? Looks professional. So they're going to put in their code, submit, so it's going to validate the code. The code's going to work perfectly. So there's all their information. They didn't have to put their home address, their name, or nothing. And the nice thing about this as well is they don't have to put their phone number or an email address. It doesn't really matter to you. If people are going to run a CMA, what are you going to do? Knock on the door. You're probably never going to call them. You're just wasting your time. Go get them in person. They'll click on Submit. It's very professional. They can download their CMA now. And there's everything. So it shows them all the information about the property, what it's worth, what recent home sales look like. So it took about 30 minutes. It would probably take you about 30 minutes each to put one of those packages together doing all this information. This system will alleviate all that time for you. Okay? Seem pretty powerful? Okay. So back in your Academy Mortgage dashboard, I'll show you very quickly. So what you'll be able to do now is go to address. Can you guys see that part? Address, look on top, and at the very bottom, it'll say leads report. Okay, and then you just basically search again. So you're going by date range. So search, and there's one lead right there. Okay, that's the address I think I just ran. Go ahead and click on them, and you get all their information again. So it'll automatically let you know when if they ran the report and when. You'll also get an email in your email letting you know that as well. So you don't have to go back in your dashboard. You'll get automatically notified. Pretty powerful? Okay. I actually think that's it. It's a pretty quick and easy class. Was that easy? I didn't know. This is my first time teaching this class, so I didn't want to overwhelm you. Would you want me to do something else, or want me to do it again? Yes. Yes. Yes, yes. It's database management. It does this nice tool. They came to us about a month ago and they did a presentation on farm utility. Okay, how you can keep track of your farm, database management, send emails. But this seemed really interesting to me because I don't like door knocking. To me, I think it's more of a waste of time because most people aren't home, and if they are home, you know, they're opening the door like this, hiding behind it, or they're talking behind a screen gate. So to me, I'm trying to get the numbers. I'd rather pass out 100 in a day than hit 50 doors. Because if I leave this and they run the report, I already know they ran it. And now I know they're interested in buying or selling. Or, sorry, at least in selling. Okay? So now I have an excuse to go back and knock on the door. And they're much more likely, in my mind at least, to open the door. Because I'm going to say, hey, I'm Jonathon Villaescusa with Excellence Real Estate. I was the agent that actually dropped off that letter last night and you ran the report. I actually brought a new personalized report just for you with some marketing samples that we have, just in case you're interested in selling. Do you mind if we sit down and chat a little bit about what's going on? Much more interested than just knocking on each door individually, saying, "Hey, are you interested in selling your home?" You know, it's just my different approach. You know, some people are great at it. I like the analytical side and just kind of throw out the numbers and let the numbers work for themselves. Okay. Well, I like phone calls. I'd rather, in my mind though, I like working with clients that come to me for the information. Just like with Craigslist. I put out the ad, they call me. So they must be interested, right? You knock on 500 doors in a farm area, how interested are they in buying or selling? Maybe 10 out of 500 are possibly interested. But if you're targeting certain niches like this, divorces, you hit 500 divorce cases, you're probably going to get, I would say, 50 listings. It makes perfect sense. It's perfect numbers. You're not going to get all of them because not everyone's going to like you, or they might all sell. But I'm just much more analytical in the way that I market. What would you rather do? If you could pick 500 doors that are all divorces, or 500 doors in one specific area, which do you think would be most likely to sell? The targeted information. It's just like people when they go after notice of sales. They're targeting a specific group because they have to sell. It's either going to go to foreclosure, they're probably not going to get a loan mod, or they're going to do a short sale. It's real targeted. And this is just something that I don't think anyone's looked at, and there's a lot of room for equity sales, which we all want, because I'm getting tired of the short sales. Anyone else tired of short sales? I think everyone's tired of short sales. So just something that I picked up on a couple of weeks ago that I've been trying to incorporate with the lead marketer to make it much easier. Not there just yet. They've been working on it for now 3 weeks. But this is the crutch in order to still go out there and still prospect these. Right now I'm doing about 20 a day, so not too many, but I'm still getting good response out of it. So it's not too bad. Didn't think the class was going to go this quickly, though, you guys. So you guys have anything else for me? Yes, you have to keep following up. You don't have to use the same flyer, but I would still go back to that same door. Okay, I don't think people are filing for divorce every single day, so you're probably hitting a lot of the same people over and over again, and it's all rapport. You know, there might be 5 more other agents that are doing it, possibly, but if you're the agent that's going to their door, versus I think most agents in my mind, they just send out a bunch of mailers. If you're the agent that's going to their door directly, to my mind, they're going to think, this is the agent that actually is working my area, versus this guy's just mailing stuff out. You know, mailing is more expensive and it's easier, but I tell everyone, the hard work is the work that pays off. And everyone's looking for an easier way, but the easier way doesn't always work out. You have to do the work. Is that true? If you want to make a commission, you got to work. I think Aaron had another question. Yes. So if you want to do labels, you want to make postcards that are generic and put labels on it. So you go back into your forms. Yeah, Martha brought up a good point. In Orange County, more than 1,000 people filed for divorce. That's actually the area I'm targeting for the divorces. It's in between 605 East, 57 West, 22 North, and 60 South. That's my farm for all the divorces. Just myself, I want to go after a higher price point listing. I want to make $10,000 in every commission, or at least try to. And hitting homes that are $300,000 and up allow me to do that. You know, LA County, you can hit it, but you know, you got to hit the higher end of Whittier, higher end Santa Fe Springs, one pocket of Norwalk. Cerritos will be, you know, the next best thing. But Los Angeles County, I mean, unless you're $1 million listing like Josh Altman in the back, you know, you're going to be hitting $100,000, $200,000 home prices. So just figure out, you have to figure out what you want, but you know, you're going to do the same amount of work for the same commission. So what do you want, a $6,000 commission or a $10,000, $15,000 commission? They're both going to be roughly the same type of buyer or same type of seller. Okay. Go back over here. Sorry. So back in the system again, I'll zoom in. So go back. Once you're in your form, you go to All Records. You'll print. You'll go to Labels. And it gives you a bunch of different labels on here. And I believe it's free home evaluation 5x3. Click on Generate. Just close it. I think I closed it. Yeah, I would do that. All right, one more time. Oh, wait, you know what? No, it's not that. It's it. Okay. So there you go. So it has the address on there. It says visit our website. That actually should be changed to whatsahomework.com. Enter in your personal ID code, print your property profile for blah, blah, blah. And it gives you all the different labels all the way down. So there's that label. Okay, and I believe there's actually one more that you can do. Okay, so this will probably actually work a lot easier for your postcards. So if you make your postcard, it says priority code, their name, and their address, so you can mail that out and be done with it. And then on your postcard, you'll just have to put in there, you know, please enter your priority code at this address, whatsahomework.com, and get your free home evaluation in seconds. Very simple. What do you guys like better? The labels or the letters? Or doing it by hand with the package I sent out? Letters, so everyone's going to go door to door. Only Josh Altman mails out. Either way works, you guys. I tell everyone all the time, everything that you can do in real estate is going to work. You just have to work it. You know, don't do this one time, get 0 leads and say, oh, it didn't work. Okay, because you're not working it. do this for 3 months and then complain to me about how many listings you got. Okay? I tell everyone all the time, you're not going to be upset cashing a $10,000 check every month. Who here would be upset with that? No one? Well, Aaron, you want more though, right? You want $20,000 a month. $20,000 a month. But it's real simple, you guys. In the market we're going into, it's going to be listing controlled market only. How many of you already know that? All of us, right? You get a listing, you double end it. I would say about 85% of the time right now. And if you have a standard sale, even better. You'll get paid in 45 days. Nice, easy sale. A standard sale, 6% commission, no bank approval, no renegotiation on the 5th buyer. Just get it done and over with. Okay? And to me, there's a huge market for this, because just in this show of hands in the room, only one person knew about divorces, and that was back in the day still. So, who's really doing it in today's market? So, sorry for the quick class. I guess you guys like this will be recorded, so you can check it out on my website. It'll probably be available tomorrow. Thanks for coming out, guys. Let me just check on the webinar. All right, everyone on the webinar, thank you for coming, and I'll see you guys next week.